outdoors. So join me in welcoming from New York, sales leader Carrie Bashwinger.
Hey. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. All my people, shout out to you. Thank you so much for showing up for me. I'm here in my backyard. This demo was born from a trip that we take annually as a family. We love to ride ATVs. Yes, I love clean. Those of you that know me know that it's my favorite thing. But I also really love to get on the back of this ATV and get dirty and get muddy and have a good time. I also really like to sleep in a tent. So every year I need to make it a little bit better and a little bit more fun. So this year we did some upgrades. And one of the things that I did was, okay, I've been a Norwex consultant for 5 years, but truth be told, confessions, I really never brought my Norwex with me. And those of you that, you have Norwex, you want to take care of it, right? So I just didn't bring it with me. And this year I was like, you know what? My stuff's like 4 or 5 years old. I'm going to just throw it all in the camping bucket and I'll get all new for the kitchen and for the bathroom. And that's what I did. So I had a lot of Norwex with me. So I was able to really just feel comfortable just using it all. And it just upgraded our camping experience so much. And I wanted to do this live demo for my VIP group, but we had zero service at this. We go to a 1,500 acre ATV park. They have over 70 miles of trails. If you love to ride ATVs, you want to look up Tall Pines ATV Park in upstate New York, or it's not in upstate New York, it's in central New York, Andover, New York. So absolutely so much fun. We have such a blast. You can bring a camper. They do have cabins you can rent, but we always go with a tent, and it's very primitive. There's no water hookups. There's no power. It's just what you bring, you pick your spot, and you are there. There is 2 showers in one spot on the whole mountain. And this year there was over 3,000 people there. So we didn't take showers. Now, I kind of wasn't planning on taking a shower because last year I had to stand in line for a couple of hours to take a shower. And I was like, I'm not wasting my time. I'd rather be out on the back of the machine having fun, because that's what we go for, right? So we get up Thursday morning, we pack up the vehicle, it's hot, ride up there, then we have to set up camp, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we ride all day. It's hot, it's dusty, you're getting dirty. This helmet, I left it dirty just so you guys could see how much mud I get on me. It's hot, it's dirty. This is on and off my head all day long. So my hair is a mess. I'm not showering every day. So I'm waking up with bedhead, right? So I had solutions for that now because of Norwex. Anyway, so where do I want to go next? Look, anybody can be a consultant. You just bring your notes, right? I brought my notes. Okay. Porta potties. Going to the bathroom. The bathroom there's one bathroom on the premises and porta potties everywhere else, or you're using the woods. So yes, you need to have body cloths with you. And I brought extra this year. And okay. So now we're going to go over to my little campsite. Look, I even have a fire going for you guys. Isn't that awesome? My husband worked really hard. He deserves a medal for how hard he worked to do this for me. Okay. So this is where we do dishes. There's no water except for one spigot in the whole place. And so we brought this full. This is a 5-gallon bucket. And we just put water in this pan when it's time to do dishes. And I do not like plastic. I don't like plastic waste. So any way that I can save, the environment or myself from dealing with plastic, I use real silverware. Now, this is cheap silverware that I've gotten over the years at like garage sales and things like that. And this is my camping silverware. This goes in my camping bucket. I don't use it for anything else. But when we're done eating, we just put these in here. This is the wash bucket. And this year I had look how old this EnviroScrub is. I mean, I have used the heck out of this, but it still works. So I use it to wash. Then this is the rinse bucket. This also has a kitchen cloth in it. So you guys know our kitchen cloths remove 99% of dirt and bacteria as long as you properly care and use them and properly care for them. So I really was convinced that I was properly I was washing my dishes, even though I didn't even use soap. I brought soap, but I didn't even use soap. And then I would just stand up, and I had this here, and I would dry it, and it would go right back into the bucket because we have so much dust flying around. You can't leave your dishes out or they'll just get dirty again. So that was our method. We also had this bucket here. This was for like if you need to wash your hands during the day or whatever. And we had a body cloth in here. So you could, if you got hot and dusty, you could just use the body cloth on your skin, on your arms, because you would come back and you would be caked with mud, right? So then you could do that. And whenever it got dirty, we would just rinse it out really good, pour some more water in, and that would be it. And these are all of my old Norwex cloths that we just had plenty. So we didn't ever worry about running out. And next year we'll probably have even more. Okay, so that was that. Let me check my notes. All right. Grocery bags. That was another thing that I had. When a few years ago, when we here in upstate New York, they decided to get rid of plastic bags. So I bought these and I carried these everywhere with me for probably 3 years. I really just used these for everything. They were in my car all the time. And as you can see, I used the heck out of these bags. They were really, really well used. And I would take them every once in a while and I would wash them because the insides of these bags have our signature baclock in them. So as long as you are, again, properly caring for them and using them, then the baclock will work to self-purify. And I can give you an example of that. I like salmon. Well, I spilled salmon in my bag one time when I went shopping. And I was like, oh, this is gross. I'm just going to ruin this bag. But I took it out. I washed it. I put it in the tub, soaked it in UPP and hot water, washed it really good, and then hung it to dry. I think it's still one of these bags. I don't know which one. The same thing happened in another bag, a non-Norwex bag. I washed it. I was never able to get rid of the smell. I had to throw the bag away. So these bags, even though they're really well used and I wanted to get new ones to use, I threw them in my camping bucket because I like to use them for organizing, right? So we have like the chips in here. We have all our bread, our bagels, our rolls in here. We have some watermelon and apples, fruits and stuff that don't need to be in the cooler in here. This is how I organize things when I go camping. Our big upgrade this year was also bringing the grill. We brought the grill this year. So that was such a gift. And I'm so glad to have that because last year we had just like a camping stove and it was horrible. The other big upgrade was the Easy Up, and we had terrible rain on Saturday. It was great as far as the riding goes. It was fabulous because Friday it was hot and dusty. So we were out riding all day. We had a great time. Saturday morning it was hot and dusty. We had a great time. And then Saturday afternoon it rained. So then the trails, it was like having all new trails, 70 miles of trails, guys. It was like having 70 miles of great trails Friday and Saturday morning, and then 70 miles of new trails, awesome new trails because they were all muddy and full of just gross fun, but fun. So anyway, then we go to the cooler. All right. This is where I definitely have to use my notes. Okay. So I do not like to use plastic. Now, I will tell you, I was appalled at the amount of plastic that I ended up using this time. I mean, not this time, but like, I don't use this kind of plastic in my home, but like we would buy wood from them and they would wrap it in plastic, like sheets of plastic. And I had to throw that away. So by the time we left, we had a full garbage bag of plastic. It was mostly plastic. And I was just like, this is awful. Like the things that I have learned since becoming a Norwex consultant, like you kind of know this stuff before you're a Norwex consultant, but after you become one, they start to teach you and train you and you learn about these things. And it's awful. The things that I looked one up today that is always on my mind, but imagine eating every day and you're starving, right? This is what's happening to birds and other marine animals out in the ocean because they're eating what they think is food. It looks like food. It's a microplastic that's broken down because plastic doesn't really go away. It just kind of breaks down and is in the water. And they think they're eating. So they feel full, but they're not really eating. They're just packing their intestines full of plastic. And then they're dying of starvation. This is a problem. And any little thing that we can do to help fix that, like, I want to be part of that. I don't know about you. It's overwhelming. It's a huge problem. But every little shift, it's like rain, right? Every little raindrop can help. So whatever you can do to make it better, let's do it. Now, Norwex has silicone containers. So these are great for packing things in. I love to pack things in the cooler in containers like this. I use glass jars, and I also have this thing was awesome. This is my egg container. It's great. I don't have to worry about my eggs getting broken. I also have glass containers from Pampered Chef from like 15, 20 years ago. These are fabulous. Everything in here stays sealed. I don't have to worry about the water once it melts getting into any of it. You just have to make sure that this little guy right here is pressed down tight so that it's sealed properly, okay? So that really cuts down on the amount of plastic you have to use, which I love. Oh, by the way, you can find out that information about the birds on the Marine Debris Program. That's where I found it. That's the website. Okay. Now we're going to go to the tent because that was one of the biggest upgrades was how clean I was able to stay without taking a shower, and that my hair, I was so happy with my hair. I went live. My VIP people, those of you that are in the chat, I know many of you here, go ahead, tell them, like, I went live, right? I would not have gone live if I had hated my hair, but I didn't hate my hair. I was so excited about that. Okay, so obviously I had tons of body cloths. I would take a body cloth and I would get it wet in my bucket. And every morning I would just come in here and wash myself top to bottom with my body cloth, give myself a bath. And then I would do my morning routine. Okay, so we're going to talk about the last day. I actually took a towel. I took a Norwex towel and I went in the back in the woods, and I took a bucket of warm water and I laid this out, and then I really gave myself a bath. But really, I only wash myself down twice a day, morning and night, with a body cloth most of the time. And then I would just do my morning routine. I did not wash my hair. I did bring my shampoo and my conditioner because I do love my Norwex shampoo and conditioner. Guys, if you haven't tried this, first of all, it's guilt-free. Like, I don't know if guilt's the right word, but before Norwex, I was always like, how do I know that this is really clean for me? And if I did know it was really clean for me, I would be like, I don't really like it, right? This I love, and I don't ever feel worried that I'm putting a harmful chemical down the drain or on my body or in my hair or whatever. Okay, so I did bring it just in case, but I knew I probably wasn't going to use it. This set, when it came out, this carry-all set, I wasn't really sure if I was going to like it, but I just made a mess. But I love it. This is supposed to be the makeup bag, right? Guess what's in here? Nothing but essential oils, because I'm an essential oils girl. I use them for everything, and this thing is full of essential oils. I have way more essential oils than I do makeup. This just has like a little tiny bit of makeup in it. But this bag is perfect. It carries all of my stuff perfectly and organizes it. All right, so first thing I would do after I wash myself is I would put on. Now, I don't like to bring a lot of things when I travel, so I would just bring one. I brought the hydrating night cream. That's what I used because I figured, well, I'll be out in the, hot weather. It'll be hot and dry. I might as well have something that's really hydrating. So did I write anything down about that? Yes. Okay. So one of the things that I really love about this product is that it has prebiotics in it. Now, just a few years ago, I started on a journey with cultured foods, and I started learning from this woman called Donna Schwenk, who is an amazing, she does like she has a big website, and she teaches you how to make your own kefir and how to make your own cultured vegetables and how to make your own kombucha. And she has a podcast. And I started really learning about the power of microbes and how our bodies are made up of, you know, you hear about all these keywords like probiotics and prebiotics and microbiome and all this, but do you really know what it is? Well, a prebiotic is actually food for a probiotic. So your body is made up of all these probiotics. And when you eat prebiotics or you put prebiotics on your skin, you're actually feeding the probiotics that you're made up of. So that's what I love about the Norwex skincare. It's not just this, but most of our skincare, our one deodorant is a prebiotic. So it feeds the microbiome. That's why your skin is healthier. Okay. So that's the one thing that I put on first. Then I put on my sunscreen. This sunscreen is fabulous because, did I write anything down about sunscreen? Oh yeah. So I did this, I found this, I wanted to dive a little deeper in the sunscreen recently. So for my VIP group, and I looked up what, you know, the ingredients were, and one ingredient stuck out to me, and it's called biosaccharide. And so I was like, well, what the heck is biosaccharide? Biosaccharides are complex sugars or polysaccharides that come from plants, animals, or bacteria, and they create a barrier to shield the skin from environmental factors and stimulate proteins that help the skin cells live longer and function better. That's what I'm talking about with the prebiotics, right? You're feeding your skin so that they will live longer and function better, which is awesome. And that's what I love about the sunscreen. And I love that it works, and I love that it blends in really nicely, and it's not like your typical mineral sunscreens that are like chalky and they make your face white and they're greasy. This really blends in nicely as a lotion. I put this on every single day. All right. I didn't really need sunscreen on my face because I was having that helmet off and on every day, all day long. But I did need it on my shoulders and my arms. I would love to have a body sunscreen, Norwex, just a plug, but I used it and it works great. So, that was the sunscreen. What else? Okay. So the next thing I would do is the hair protectant spray. When you wake up and you have bedhead and it's a mess and you have really fine, thin hair like I do, you need something like this. So this was really what I would use to wet it instead of your typical like water or whatever. I just use this to wet it. This has sunscreen in it, but I knew I wasn't really going to need it for the sunscreen because I had the helmet on my head most of the time. But I knew that my hair would be hot, and I was a little worried it would be greasy because I have really oily hair, but it didn't make it greasy. It actually made it really soft and really manageable, and it was really wonderful, and it took all the kinks out of it. I could fix my bangs to make them look good, and my hair did not get greasy and oily. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this. Hey girl. This is Shiloh for those of you that are dog lovers. And then I would do the volumizing dry shampoo. That was the other thing that I did. Now, I am not one of those girls that does not want to wash my hair. I want to wash my hair every day. I tried it, don't love it, don't want to love it, not gonna love it. But when I go on a trip like this, and I have to, because I don't want to go waste 2 hours standing in a shower, then this was fabulous. Okay, so let me give you some facts about the dry shampoo. This has 22,000 pumps. This is going to last me like 5 years. I am not going to use it that often. 22,000 pumps. Okay. And what's the other thing about it that I thought was amazing? It's benzone free. Benzone is a known carcinogen that is present in most dry shampoo, and Norwex has provided us with an effective product that is free of that harmful chemical. There's a lot more that you can find out about this if you want to go ahead and look, but that was just the little tips that I want to share with you. And it works. It really is amazing. I just put it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Then I just massage it in. Then I like flip my hair over and comb and brush and crazy, and my hair would look amazing. And I was really impressed that after 5 days of not taking a shower, I could still walk around and not feel like I had to have a hat on my head. And I didn't feel like a grease ball. Okay. Toothpaste. I would brush my teeth, obviously. If you don't have a Norwex toothbrush, did you guys know that There are 23 billion toothbrushes discarded every year. That's insane to me. That's a lot of plastic waste. In fact, that's 50 million pounds of plastic waste. Insane. So get the Norwex toothbrush, and then all you have to do is pop out this little head and replace this little head. It's also self-purifying. It has the silver in it, just like so many of our other products. So it's really nice to be able to go back and have a clean toothbrush in the morning and at night, because I'm properly caring for my toothbrush and I'm properly using it. So I know that it is going to be clean. I love that about it. I also have lots of testimonials from my customers of how their teeth, you know, their dentists are like, oh, your teeth are doing great. So it might make your teeth better too. You never know. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Okay. This is one of my favorite items, is the crystal deodorant. All right. This is a brand new crystal deodorant. I have used crystal deodorant long before Norwex, because when I was about 13, I got a really bad infection from deodorant under my arms, and I couldn't use deodorant for a while. Turns out I was allergic to like fragrances and stuff. And the only thing that really ever worked for me was the crystal deodorants. So when I came to Norwex, it was a really easy progression for me to just buy my crystal deodorant. But taking care of it is a little bit of a trick. You have to know how to take care of it properly. So this is what I do. You don't want to use it. You want to get it wet. You just dip it in a little water, put it on, and then you want to use a dry towel and dry it, right? And then what you want to do with it, you don't want to stick it back in here, because it'll sweat and it'll melt and it'll crack. Not a good idea. So I learned after probably ruining my last one that you don't want to really set it like this, because it gets tippy, because it's rounded, right? And then it falls and it cracks. I tried setting it on a microfiber cloth, and that didn't seem to it wasn't the best for it. And so I found this. I have this little cup. I think Norwex should build a stand for us, but no, just kidding. And I put what are these? Nail clippers in here, just so that it has something to sit on. And then I sort of tip it a little. And that way it can still breathe, but it's able to not be getting wet and sweating. So it's not dissolving. And this, guys, I've had this since March of 2023, and it is not even halfway gone. Not even halfway gone. I'm going to have this for at least a year and a half, if not longer, if you properly care for them. Now, obviously, when I travel, I have to put it in this, but I wanted to show you guys that when I came out. What else? Is there anything else in here that I wanted to show you? I don't think so. Okay, so that's all of that. I just had one, if I had time, and I have a little bit of time. So while I was coming up with this demo, I was like, oh my gosh, there's things that I want to do next year. I wanted to remain authentic to what we actually did, but I know that there are things that I want to do next year to upgrade our camping event. So I pulled out a bunch of things that I know that we're going to do. So I'm going to show you what those are. They're going to go on my camping bucket and on my camping list. So first things first is going to be a table. I want a table next year. I'm like, why have I not brought a table? What is wrong with me? Second thing will be a rubber broom, because then I can get all the dirt and stuff off of my little rug that I absolutely love. Then I'm also going to bring the cleansing facial powder. Now, this I actually learned after I came back from my camping trip. I got poison ivy when I came back. It wasn't on my trip, but when I came back, I got poison ivy. I was having a really hard time I was trying all the things. Like I posted, people gave me all their ideas, and I could not, it was really bothering me. And one day I just decided, you know what, I'm going to try this cleansing facial powder to wash it. And then I made up, you're not going to believe this, but I took oats, water, and plantain from my yard and put them in my blender, like a really good blender, blended them up really good, strained it through a nut bag, put it in a spray bottle. And that was what I used instead of like a calamine lotion, because the calamine lotion wasn't working. but I would wash it a couple times a day with the cleansing facial powder. And I really believe because of the probiotics that are in this, that it really helped my skin. Between that and my little remedy, it really helped my skin to heal. So this is coming with me just in case. Plates, I love to have real plates. I love the ease of paper plates, but doing dishes was so easy that I really don't see why I can't bring plates next year. This is, if you guys have never seen this, you have to have one of these. This one is like 3 years old. I think, if they've been out that long. This is one of the very first ones that came out. This never, ever, ever gets moldy. This never gets moldy. But I'm ready for a new one. So I decided this is good. This went in my camping bucket. So I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring the rubber brush because every time I clean out my tent, I think to myself, why do I not have the rubber brush to sweep all this dirt out of here? Because I like to clean my tent really well before I put it away. Rubber brush will come with me next year. Then I have this other thing, guys. Oh, wait, let me tell you about this first. So I did feel that I needed like a spray cleaner when I was there. And there's several things that you can do. You could do 2 teaspoons of UPP with water in a spray bottle. That's a great spray. You can do like a tablespoon of degreaser and a tablespoon of dish soap and water in a spray bottle. That works really well. But I think for my camping trip, I think that the Biozyme is going to be my best thing. Biozyme is 100% bio-based. I don't know if you guys know that, but this is one of our products that is 100% bio-based, and I love that about it. And this stuff is so effective. So I really think that I'm going to get a bottle of this to throw in my camping bucket. Then the next thing that I got this idea from when I was camping before I left, I wanted to have some fun with my VIP. So I went in to one of our groups where the consultants share graphics and stuff. There's so many resources. If you're thinking about being a Norwex consultant, I will tell you there are so many resources. And one of the resources is groups like that. And I went in there, and one of the things that one of the people did a graphic of this. Do you guys see this? Do you see how there's a netted dishcloth laid across the top? And I have strawberries and some nuts. So I could lay out a snack and then cover it up, and I wouldn't have to worry about bugs and dirt and whatever getting on it. And my cutting board. I don't have a cutting board currently. I need to have a cutting board. So of course I'm going to bring my Norwex cutting board, which has, again, the baclock in it so that it's self-purifying, as long as I'm properly caring for it and using it. Okay. What else? I think that's it. You guys wanted me to turn the camera around and give you a real view of what we got going on here, because we've had so much fun setting this up for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as we have. I don't know if I can turn it around. I don't know how to do that. Oh wait, maybe up here. Here we go. So this is our fire. This is where obviously we're going to sit. And then we've got our pop-up and this is our backyard, by the way. And we just have so much fun with all these things. All right. Have fun in life. Enjoy every minute of it. And get yourself some Norwex so it can be a cleaner one. All right. I think that's it.